If you know Sally, you know that she has a sparkle in her eyes when she's discussing preservation. She literally has sparkly eyes when she discusses something she loves. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. So whenever we talked about preservation and she got that sparkle, I knew we were onto something good.
There are words that come to mind when I think of Sally. It's tenacious and dedicated and really concerned about the fabric of our city and community, and what our city is going to look like for the next generation and beyond.
A lifelong Washingtonian, Sally Berk has been serving the preservation community for more than 3 decades. She has represented neighborhoods and developers, served on committees and advisory councils, and wrote 40 landmark nominations.
You didn't need to look very hard or listen very long to tell Sally's motivation, I think, for preservation. She had gone to architecture school and then had really decided her niche in all of this was in the preservation field, and she was highly motivated.
I think Sally understands the very close and intimate connection between the architecture and the human scale, and how we as citizens interact with the buildings. So it wasn't about pristine preservation. It was about architecture being, living, breathing part of how we function in the city.
Wardman's Washington is a multifaceted project started by Sally Berk to highlight the work of developer Harry Wardman, whose prolific buildings helped shape the current city of Washington. At an early age, Sally Berk even lived in a Wardman house, which her parents rented from her great-grandmother.
They're very well built, well designed. He engaged, significant, talented architects over the years. You could almost say it's a cult of one. Sally and, her devotion to all things Wardman.
She also co-founded the Capitol Fire Museum, a 501c3 that helped to list pre-World War II firehouses on the National and City Historic Registers.
Sally knew she had quite a challenge in getting these firehouses, some of which are active firehouses, listed on the National Register as well as the city's list of historic properties. What she did was she created a working relationship with the union, with the city, and with the firefighters to show them that she's not there to cause harm, she's there to preserve their building, and that really made a big difference.
Over the last 25 years, Sally Berk also worked on myriad landmark designations throughout the district.
She has this really admirable blend of confidence and scholarship, along with a very collaborative, cooperative manner. Unlike some people who are creative and involved in the arts, she's not just an idea person. Sally actually sees things to a conclusion, and she's very determined to make sure that she gets to her goal, and she brings everyone along with her.
And she's very high principled. You know when she's taking a position, it's out of the utmost conviction. And I think her infectious enthusiasm and her bedrock conviction are two very fine attributes.
Sally and I worked together years ago. I just remember how much fun we had. And I just remember being on the street with Sally and being up late at night with Sally. And on weekends, it seemed that our work went around the clock and inhabited all parts of our lives. And I think that's how integral preservation is to Sally. And as her friend and as her colleague, I was very proud to be part of that.